Onegashimasu. Welcome back to the Goju Ryu Karate Center. There are different reasons for doing basics. And the biggest reason for people to do set work basics is for the purpose of grading. And that is very important to understand that there are some parts of our training, if we belong to a legitimate organization somewhere in, let's call it Japan or Okinawa, that we have to complete some kind of prescribed basics. These prescribed basics are to make sure that students meet a minimum standard, but they're also about polish. We're predominantly an Okinawan system. We take our time. It is a lifelong journey, a lifelong study, and therefore we have these kind of rigid, regimental, stepping basic drills which don't have much value for a person who wants to fight on the street. They have very little value in terms of pure self-defense, because none of the stuff that you do in these straight line systems make any sense. And I know there are Goju groups out there that no longer practice them purely because of that logic. Making sure that you understand why you're doing the basics is very important. You can always do other basics which will lend itself more to self-defense, or lend itself more towards development of bunkai, or lend itself more to the development of Shihai Kumite or Juyu Kumite, or some other system of fighting. You can create that for yourself, but this regimental stuff, this sort of stuff belongs to the school as part of its curriculum. And it is there to make sure that a basic minimum standard is probably being met. This may not be part of the official OGKK school. That's another disclaimer I have to put in. I'm going to show stuff today which is from my childhood, which I feel is somewhat neglected, and I think it is a stepping stone to other parts of our karate. So without any more hesitations and talking, let's talk about San Bon Kumite and San Bon Zuki Kumite and how you would use it. Okay, so hopefully we got enough space, and here we go. San Bon Kumite. First Sanchin level, Jodan Zuki, 1 step, 2, 3. I like to double so that I work both hands equally. 1, 2, 3. Backwards, Ageuke, 1, 2, 3. Second set, 1, 2, 3. Chudan level, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Gedan level, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Zen Kutsudachi, Jodan level, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Chudan, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oopsie, back of the dojo. Gedan level, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, Chikodachi, Jodan level. punch, straight, not 45, 45. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Two down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Backwards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Neko ashidachi. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I adjusted the stepping for the camera. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, 2 done. 1 step, slide up. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is the basic building block of forward and backward stepping in your 4 principal stances, 3 hard training, and it's just up and down. And as you can hear, counting, no kiaing, non-stop, it starts to get a little bit taxing. So it's a bit of stamina building, fitness, muscle endurance. There are a whole bunch of things that are very, very important. And in a short space of time, doing stepping basics in your dojo or in your lounge or your driveway, you will start to build a certain base level of karate. And that's what it's about, building that base level. So we've got the Bon Kumite, and it's 3 times fighting, and in this case, 3 steps, ultimately 3 different heights, and 4 different stances. The forward stepping in cat stance is a little bit awkward, but it is meant to correspond to the backward stepping. So you may find that in some schools, the attack stays in maybe a Zen Kutsudachi, or it becomes a shifting Sanshin Dachi, a Zen Kutsudachi, and so that you're working different stances. Once you've gotten past the base kernel of information, you can add to it. So typically what I like to do, because I find my students struggle with kicks, I do the exact same thing, but with a kind of kicking idea. So they will do kick, land. And I'll do Gedan, Chudan, Jordan. Going backwards, Jordan, Chudan, Gedan, and staying in the stance. Then we want to build the legs a little bit more and include the arms. We then go to the idea of, Maigeri, Jordan zuki. Maigeri, Jordan zuki. And we run through it all. And what we can do is we can change the kicks. So it doesn't have to stay maigiri. You can have mawashigiri and land Jordan zuki. And all you're doing is you're finding a way to add into this base kernel of information called Bon Kumite to build stepping basics. It is basics for the sake of basics. It is not basics for self-defense. It is not basics for tournament. It's not basics for kumite. It is done against the partner. And so the defense will now start to do, when they're doing the one half where you attack, the other side is defending. On the way back, you will now include block or block, 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 block. Okay, if it's a mwashigiri, block or block, block. And you work out what's going to work best for you. And so you add in an extra block. You may add in block, block. You have to find what works for you if you're going to escalate it from basics to partner work. Then it takes on a different twist and a different value. Partner work up and down builds esprit de corps in your dojo. It's super important. Your students are training together, you find that their esprit de corps improves. And when there's a great esprit de corps in the dojo, a great sense of spirit, a lot of good technique, but lots of ki, people enjoy themselves a bit. And when they enjoy themselves, they're constantly coming back to find more. For the students who are adults, who are coming in and they have got the problem in the office, the problem in the house, the problem with the children, all floating in their brain, and they bow at the door of the dojo and they leave that behind. You need to do things with them from time to time that requires them to just do very simple, very basic, but taxing. It must tax their heart. It must tax their sweat system, so that when they're finished, they go, phew, I feel so much better. I'm so glad I came to the dojo tonight. I'm so glad I was at the dojo. I'm so glad I do karate. Got rid of all that stress. These are the positive sides to doing these things in the dojo. So not everything has to be about combat. Not everybody comes to your dojo to be a fighter. Some people come for stress relief and for quality training, for quality of life. And that is important to also remember and bear it in mind as in how you use these exercises. So enough talking from me. That allowed me a little recovery time. And let me move on to the next tier of this training, which is the exact same footwork, but we have triple on everything. And I'm going to break down triple to the concept of, at the beginning, I would err on the side of it is 3 times single punch versus maybe a little bit more advanced with students who are a little bit more capable, 1 times triple punch. Okay, so 3 times single punch. We're emphasizing each individual technique, and this is the most basic way. Sanbon Zuki Kumite. Just adjust for distance. Jordan. So in Sanchandach, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, backwards, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Chudan, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, backwards, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Got to watch the stepping. Get on, 1, 2, 3. So when you go forward, slightly more direct step. Slightly more direct step. When you go backwards, in, out, in, out. Concentrate, knees bent, body weight forward. Sunchen dash, 60-40, maybe 50-50. 60-40, deeper, harder. Tighten, hamstring, and try press out, not straighten, press out the muscles in the popliteal fossa. You train that in Sunchen kata, by the way. Right, moving onto Zen Kutsudachi. So I would have finished here and get on. Jodan. 2, 3. Try get, as I land, that first punch, hip, land, and 3. Backwards. 1, as I ground. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know where that came from. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Chudan. Back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get on. 1, 2, 3. Past the nose every time. Circular block. All right. With Shikodachi, we're going to concentrate, opening our stance. Try not to wobble. That's our next challenge. Okay, so we were here. Don't wobble. Some schools may do 1, 2, 3 with the leg pivots, but try not to wobble. Okay? Try not to have some kind of wobble. Step, open. Try stabilize, tighten. Backwards. You'll notice I'm working on twisting because I'm not doing it here, doing it here against the partner. And one more. Chudan. Back. Get on. Bad me. Oi. 2 more steps.
Hopefully we stay in the shot. Just, I'm out of breath. If I'm here, and you, let's say, up against the mirror, or the side of the dojo, since it keeps counting, you keep doing. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so you start to give breaks, maybe after each stance. After a week or two, after every second stance. So Jodan, Chudan Gedan Sanchin, Jodan Chudan Gedan Zenkutsu, breather, water, then Shikodachi, and cat stance, breather. That said, I didn't do cat stance. But the legs are burning, the lungs are on fire, and I'm going, maybe I should have chosen a shorter, easier topic for today's video. The proof is in the idea that we're constantly stressing the body, the sweat is running, and I can't worry about other stuff. I've got to worry about what I'm doing, and I'm working. And that doubles or triples when I bring my partner into the play. And the moment I make it into partner work, I really start to work. Now, some senseis love to count, and that way everybody's kept kind of regimentally together, and there's a place for this. Some senseis prefer, right, take 10 minutes, up and down with your partner for 10 minutes. And again, there's value in both. In doing it for 10 minutes, if a student is diligent and dedicated, and if you're a good instructor and you're watching, you're keeping that in mind come grading time. When does your grading begin? Well, it's the moment since it gives you your last grading. Congratulations, you're now blue belt. Your next grading starts with how you receive that belt and everything you do from then until the next grading date, where you will show everything again. So you're constantly under the spotlight. And you get used to the idea, since there's always watching, making some mental notes, hopefully, and somewhere subtly, since it comes to you and goes, you know, we're doing Sambo and Zuki Kumite today. You're fooling around and fidgeting. I'm not going to forget this. Grading 3 months' time. You make sure you write on the form to give back to the student. Concentration during class, occasional fooling around. Please try to work on this. You know, on the plus side, when you did it, it was great, so that there is some kind of feedback. Try not to be absolutely negative. I know it's the most common trait of a karate instructor. Find a fault in everything that people do. Correct, correct, correct. However, somewhere along the line, since Zoe always says, you receive acorn of praise, and you've got to hold on to it like a little squirrel, put it in your little tree trunk bank, and hold on to it dearly. It might be a few weeks until the next one. Got to find that balance. All right. Sweating lots. Neko ashidachi. So, I had finished on shikodachi, and yes, I'd finished the wrong way around. If you were paying a lot of attention, let's finish this way. And from here we go Jodan, Chudan, Gedan, one idea, Jodan, Chudan, Gedan. You could do Neko ashidachi a little different. Jodan, Chudan, Gedan, Jodan, Chudan, Gedan. So So you could do the same stuff I did everywhere else, or you can start to tweak it. Ready? Next one. Jodan, Chudan, Gedan. Next one. Jodan, Gedan, Chudan. Next one. Chudan, Jodan, Gedan. Next one. Chudan, Gedan, Jodan. Next one. Gedan, Jodan, Chudan. Last one. Gedan, Chudan, Jodan. All right, now imagine you've got to memorize all of those. Backwards. Jodan, Chudan, Gedan. Next one. Jodan, Gedan, Chudan. Next one. Chudan, Jodan, Gedan. Next one. Chudan, Gedan, Jodan. Next one. Gedan, Jodan, Chudan. Last one. Gedan, Chudan, Jodan. 1, 2, 3. So if you're watching the video up until now, you start seeing ideas for instructors to bridge the gap between the regimental kehon of karate into the more open-handed kehon that you will see. And I have also brought in the idea of 3 times at different heights, with open hands, and then 3 different heights. So I've essentially done sandan-gi, but this is a sandan-gi within my Sanbon Zuki Kumite. And that helps develop coordination, etc. You can take it a step back and you could do it with one hand. Okay? It's not a problem. You can change it around. Teach your students to use one hand, because a lot of time when they're fighting, that front hand is doing all the work while the back hand is countering and hitting. And so we slowly create a bridge from basics for the sake of basics to basics for the sake of developing our kata, basics for developing our kumite in a very basic sense, partner work and timing coordination, conditioning, the continuous blocking against one another's arms, making the arms stronger. Okay? You could really go down a wormhole with this stuff. I think I'm going to keep that for another video, and hopefully I will remember to do that next week when I have a Brian around, or the week after, and we'll try and make a video where we go down a wormhole with this stuff. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the training. Hope you enjoyed the idea of basics for the sake of basics. Sweat, fitness, stamina, esprit de corps. These are the key things that you're going to find being developed by doing this. You are not going to find your students becoming better and better at kumite, because there are slightly different dynamics at play depending on what type of kumite you're doing. And so sometimes the very linear training doesn't necessarily work. This is also fantastic work for large groups of mixed grades, so that everybody feels they're getting something useful from their training. Everybody is on the same level. So it's fantastic in a gashku. All right, that is it. Hope you had a good one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I know we're a little bit behind on returning to the comments. And if you thought today's video had, well, let's put it slightly better imagery, let us know. We've recently acquired a new camera to try and improve the quality of the imagery that we use, or the capturing. And we're no longer recording off a little cell phone. We're actually recording off a proper camera. So let us know if it's a little bit better. Obviously, we changed the dojo around a bit today so that we weren't too affected by the sun coming up this morning in South Africa. Have an awesome one wherever you are in the world. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sayonara.